Didn't even know that existed until this recipe. Okay, everybody, we are making Hoecakes as one of the side dishes for our Fancy Dinner Friday. And that recipe is coming from Paula Deen's The Lady and Sons Savannah Country Cookbook. I have a whole nother video of this that goes, we flip through this whole thing. I'll link that up here somewhere. And Hoecakes is just one of the side dishes we're cooking today for our dinner. But for that recipe, we need a cup of self-rising flour, which is what I have here, a cup of self-rising cornmeal. Didn't even know that existed until this recipe. 2 eggs, got that. Tablespoon of sugar, I have that here. Move these out of the way. 3/4 cup of buttermilk. I did not have buttermilk, so I took milk and used one of Paula Deen's tips in the back of her book to make buttermilk, which was 1 cup of fresh milk, which I'm like, I don't know, it's fresh, like fresh from the farm. Anyway, I used 2% milk in here, and I put a teaspoon of white distilled vinegar in there and let it set for 5 minutes, and it does look a little thicker than regular milk, so we'll see if this works. And then I needed 1/3 cup of water plus 1 tablespoon, which is why I have this in a jar. And then 1/4 cup of vegetable oil, bacon grease, or butter to fry the Hoecakes in, which I have over here. Oil and the skillet will mix everything together. Then we're going to drop 5 tablespoons full into the skillet using approximately 2 tablespoons per Hoecake. We're going to brown until it's crisp, and then flip it over on the other side, and then we'll drain it on a paper towel. I forgot to mention that this recipe was also one of her recipes, Paula Deen's recipe that she served in her restaurant in Savannah, Georgia. That restaurant is now closed, but her recipe book actually has a whole bunch of recipes that she served in the restaurant. So let's go ahead and get this mixed up. It says mix everything except for the frying oil, so let's do that. Okay, give me a fork. And so she said 3/4 cup, so this is a cup of buttermilk. So I'm gonna try to reserve 1/4 of it. Okay. Go ahead and get our 2 eggs. 2 eggs. Check. Okay, and then 1/3 cup plus 1 tablespoon, very specific instructions on that. So here's 1/3 cup, and then 1 tablespoon of water. Finish mixing this. This is what it looks like. Sorry, my allergies are bad, and I'm trying to keep my nose from running. Okay, this is all mixed up. That's what it looks like. Let me move you over to the stove, and we'll get to frying these things up. Have my plate with paper towels. And then I will probably need a spatula. I'm just using a cast iron skillet because I feel like it does better when we're frying things up. And then for dishing that out, I'm going to use a scoop. This is, I thought it was like a tablespoon size scoops. So I'll use 2 of these. Let me turn this down. Okay, let's get some in there. We'll do 1, 2. I feel like I have to work fast, like it's like pancake batter, but I don't think it really is. Okay. Might have to turn back up my heat. It's dangerous. Getting splattered. Right on the face. Okay, let me turn you back up. So I'm waiting, I think, for this to turn a little bit brown on the edges, kind of like you do for a pancake over here. Ah, it kind of is like a pancake. So she says they're done when brown until crisp, turn and brown on the other side, and then drain on paper towel. They were just until crisp. It's good. Okay, so I finished the Hoecakes. They are like little pancakes. It soaked up all the butter that I was frying it in, so I probably would use the bacon grease or some other kind of grease. So and it made a lot. I did have my skillet got a little ahead of me, and I did have some casualties. So I'll set those aside, but I think these are good. I want to try one that has like all the butter in it. So this is pretty good. It does taste like a pancake though. It has the little grit from the cornmeal, but it's good. Simple, something. So she says that the Hoecakes have become a favorite of the guests, and they use them to soak up good pot liquor from the turnip and collard greens. After the plate is completely sopped clean, save one to eat as a dessert along with some maple syrup. So it's kind of a dual purpose kind of little biscuit thing. Anyway, if you enjoyed this, hang out. We'll have some more recipes that we'll try later.